Hey, what is up everyone? Today we take a quick look at the Mooer GE300. Wow, it smells like China. The GE300 is the latest model from Mooer, a brand which really got big in the last years with first, its tiny pedals and then this tiny board, the GE200, which I reviewed last year. Link is right there. So the GE200 is still in production and this is kind of the bigger brother. Now I've seen reviews and demos already on YouTube and everyone seems to praise how good this unit is, talking about the same things. It has quality effects and that synth engine, which is, very good. I've seen Glenn Fricker's review and that video really made me skeptical, because how can someone like Glenn Fricker like a modeler like the GE300? Also, just the way he made that video, it was, showing what it can do, but it was mostly kind of advertising it. It's funny how everyone is talking about that synth engine, and let's be honest, who the fuck is caring about that synth engine on the GE300? I think in this case, it's just they had to do some marketing in some way, so they had to find something to, say it has this, and Glenn Fricker also mentions that in his video, and I'm really wondering why the fuck does Glenn Fricker care about the synth engine in a amp modeler? So yeah, you can probably hear my voice already that I'm rather skeptical about this whole hype thing. So my question is it worth the hype? Is it worth 440 euros more than its smaller brother? I mean, it's more than double the price, way more than double the price. This is an unbiased, unsponsored, unpaid video. I've bought this with my own money. This was 655 euros B-stock. A new one, a brand new one, is 700 euros, which is, of course, Helix LT territory for 50 euros more. You will get a Helix LT. So of course my question is this an alternative to the Helix LT? Call me a fanboy, call me biased, call me whatever you want. The Helix is, the LT is just the benchmark for me in that price range. For me there is nothing better than a Helix LT. Ugh. There it is, by the way. Hello old friend. This is the same one that I had about 1.5 years ago. When I was in Heidelberg for the first time. It's good to see it again. Man, it's big and heavy. It's pretty cool that I can compare the three units right now. Helix LT, GE200, GE300. Yeah, let's dive into this and let's talk about the pros first, because there are quite some. Now, first of all, this is very robust. Just like the GE200, it is very well made. Nothing feels cheap. Everything feels heavy duty, all the switches, the knobs. It is very well made in this brushed metal casing. Also very nice, you've just seen it. This is light and this is small. Although it is in the Helix territory, this is probably the smallest board in that class, which I really like because it makes it even more portable, and comparing the weight, it's probably just half the weight of the Helix. This uses its space much more efficiently than the Helix does, with those huge areas without any buttons or anything. Something everyone was asking me. No, this is not just a bigger GE200. It's not the same software in a bigger case. It is not. I've tried both a bit back and forth, and this definitely sounds better. This has more of everything. More knobs, more amps, more cabs, more effects, and they sound better. It is very easy to navigate through this thing. I think that is something really important when you get something like this and you just want to start making tones, making music, and if the unit is helping you creating tones, that is a big plus for me. It is just, everything is self-explanatory. What I really like are these block buttons. They remind me of the Pod X3 Pro, which I used to own. You can switch to your block very, very fast, and you can see if it's turned on or off. That goes much faster than on the Helix. It has pretty much all the ins and outs that you would need for pretty much any situation. It has effects loop, main stereo out, main XLR stereo out, MIDI in and MIDI through, USB of course. And then the coolest thing about these outputs is that you have individual volume knobs for those. So you have one for the XLR, one for the headphones, and one for the main jack out, which is really cool. So imagine this in a live situation where you're sending a direct signal to the PA and a signal to your amp for monitoring. You can adjust the levels of both those outs, which is really nice. Also, you have a global EQ on this thing, but a global EQ for every output. So you can have another EQ setting for the XLR output, which goes to the PA, than what you are going to hear on your in-ear, or what goes into the amp. Also something really nice, which is a detail, but in everyday use it is very helpful. You have small icons on the front of the unit showing you which in and out is on the back. That is something I'm missing on Helix, because you are most likely to see the unit like this and not like this, and you will be like, what's this input and output? I really pay attention to those little things, especially in daily use, because those are the things that would go on my nerves at some point. Overall, this appears like a much more playful unit than the Helix. It does like a little light show when you turn it on. You can adjust the light color for your foot switches, and something really funny, if you calibrate the expression pedal and the calibration is successful, it shows you the most annoying smiley face that you usually would get from people that go on your nerves. I think that's just so hilarious, and I love that they put this on there. The Helix feels German in a way, like it has to be efficient. There's no time being funny. So what are the negatives? This is not cheap. It is definitely not cheap for 700 euros. That's a lot of money. That's up to you to decide if you want to spend those 700 euros on this unit. Something annoying is that you, depending on how you look at the unit, you can't actually see what's written underneath, or generally what's written on there, because you have that shiny brushed metal casing and a white font on there, which can be annoying sometimes because you don't see what you're doing. Also something annoying, which could and hopefully will be fixed in a future update, you can't see which preset you are overwriting when you are saving a new preset. So let's say you just made a new preset and you want to save that somewhere else in another bank. The GE300 doesn't show you which preset you are overwriting. So you could overwrite by accident your favorite preset, which is a bit of a shame. Also, I think the control assigning is not quite as intuitive than on the Helix. On this, it's the other way around. So you choose your switch or the expression pedal, and then you assign your effect. The problem is you have to scroll through all these blocks to find your effect, and it's a bit confusing and not so fast. On the Helix is you choose your block, and then you choose from that block, you choose, I want it on the expression pedal, I want it on that foot switch. That's a bit faster. It works on this, but it's a bit slower. Something that really annoys me and drives me crazy, the LED light, if you have a control assignment, doesn't go off or dim if you turn on or off the effect. Which, why? You can't see whether your reverb or delay is on or off. The only indication you have is the little blocks. But let's say if you are in a live hurry and the song starts and you don't know if the delay or the reverb is already on or not, there's no real way to check because the light is always on. There is an indication on the screen and, like I said, on this section here, but if you are standing and the unit is on the floor in a rush on the stage, it is not really possible to see whether your effect is on or off. Probably something that can be fixed with an update. So Mooer, if you see this, please get this fixed, because that's something that makes me throw things out of the window. The effects are okay. They say it has, tons of effects, but in reality there are not so many effects on there, because you have effects like chorus, tremolo, flanger, phaser. These are 4, but then you have always 4 or 5 of these, which are almost the same always. So you have like 3 or 4 choruses, so they made an effect, and just to have another effect they just changed the phaser a bit and called it another phaser, and so they have 2 phases. And you know what I mean. I'm not hating here, okay? I'm being brutally honest, that's all. So let's listen to some sounds and then get to a conclusion. So yeah, let's wrap this up again. Is it worth the hype? For me personally, not really, but call me a Helix Line 6 fanboy. I'm not endorsed by them. I would like to be an endorsee of Line 6. Please. I've done so much unpaid advertisement for Line 6 already with all my HD500, X3 Pro, HD Pro videos with presets being downloaded thousands of times, but they won't even respond to my kind Instagram messages sharing my videos. But guess I have to spend my own money sometime on Helix. Yeah, again, if you know me, you know I'm brutally honest, and if you ask me this or the Helix, I will say the Helix. There's no debating for me even. This is a fun unit, it's cool, but again, it's 700 euros, and for 700 euros it does fine. I didn't understand why it's so expensive. So much more expensive than the GE300, which is now about 260 euros on Thomann. This is 700. This is like such a huge difference. I was expecting it to be, you know, in the 500-ish range, but yeah, take all the reviews that you see on YouTube with a grain of salt. Watch out who did the video, you know, if they are paid by Mooer maybe to do that, or just got a free unit and then it's very cool. If I got this for free, that would be amazing, but 655 euros, I have the right to be skeptical. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this video was informative. I know it was harsh, but I like to be brutally honest. That is what my channel is about. I'm just fed up with reviews and demos which seem like advertisements for products because I think that's not the right way to show a product. I am very picky about things like these, and I'm going to tell you everything that annoys me. It's just what it is, because many other people are picky as well. It's all up to you to decide. I'm not your Buddha saying what to do. Thank you so much for watching again. If you're new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. More brutally honest reviews coming up in the future. A special thanks goes to my patrons who are supporting me and my channel. Thanks a lot, guys. It really means a lot. I will get some tabs ready for you soon. It's a bit stressful right now. Exam period is slowly coming. If you're interested in supporting this channel even more, the link to my Patreon page is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching again, and take care. I will see you next time.